Okay, all right. This camera, I'm on YouTube. This camera, I'm on Facebook. Now, the thing is, guys, for some reason, Facebook is preventing streaming services for some reason from YouTube. So I'm having to broadcast on this camera to Facebook, and I'm having to broadcast on this camera to YouTube. So, Facebook people, if you want the full experience, I've been posting the link quite a few times. Come and jump onto the YouTube side. YouTube guys, you're fine. You can stay here, comment, do whatever you need to do, and I'm going to get into the breakup live Q&A in a minute. But Facebook group, private Facebook group, if you want the full experience, I'll keep this live, but I won't be responding to any questions on the Facebook group. You need to come to YouTube for me to respond to your questions. Okay, I will remind people, let's say periodically. Anyway, guys, how we doing? Welcome to the Love Fix. How we doing? So yeah, a little bit flustered because I'm setting up this live stream, then figured out that for some reason Facebook is just not letting me to broadcast on my group anymore, which sucks. And yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get into the Q&A. Guys, start asking your questions in the comments. Facebook people, come to YouTube, please. Yeah, the link's in the group, so come to YouTube. Okay, first thing I want to go over. Well, thanks everybody for supporting the channel as always. Channel's been really busy recently, and the one-to-one coaching services have been really busy recently. So if I've not been able to get back to you regarding one-to-one coaching for your breakup, I will get to it. It's just horribly busy right now. Well, not horribly busy. I mean, business is good, so I can't complain. But yes, but if you do need my one-to-one services, it's always in the links in the video. So go and hit the link and book yourself in. I'm more than happy to help you if you need just a bit more extra help, more than what the YouTube can provide or more than what the Facebook group can provide or whatever, because it's general advice, it's not bespoke. So yeah, anyway, first thing I want to go over is, and drum roll please, my book. My book is nearly finished. Okay, and here's the cover. It's nearly done, guys. It should be released within the next 4 to 6 weeks, something along those lines. So as you can see, it's called Breaking Up with Your Breakup, a counterintuitive remedy to heartbreak. Okay, so I never set out to write a book. It just sort of evolved. I was writing a piece of YouTube content one day, and it just went on from there, and it evolved. And 2 years later, the book is ready. So yeah, it will be coming out real soon, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm hoping you guys can get some good quality information of how to deal with your breakup and to get you through it. And it's there's a lot of philosophy in there. There's a lot of science in there, as well as my own personal experience, people that I've coached. I've referenced my own story in there, successful breakup clients. And yeah, there's a lot of, like I say, counterintuitive ways of dealing with a breakup in there. So I'm hoping you guys will get a lot out of it. And I'm excited to share it with you. I've worked hard on it. Whether it's good or it's a piece of shit, I don't know. That's down for you guys to decide. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a paperback version, and there will be an ebook version. The ebook version will be slightly cheaper, of course, and hopefully one day, sometime in the future, I'd hope to do an audiobook. That might be a little bit of a ways off because I'm in the middle of actually buying a new house, and that's just taken up all of my mental energy at the moment and all of my resources. So yeah, it's creating an audiobook's quite expensive, so I found out. So yeah, it's a very honest book. It's a very truthful book. I explore a lot of my own shit. I explore a lot of the mistakes that I made and everything I've learned, and the journey between heartbreak to happiness. And yeah, I had to dig deep. I had to go back to a lot of bad memories and go through voice journals and written journals and stuff like that. And I had to do a lot of research on this book. There's a lot of other books in there. I've read a ton of other books, and a lot of books that are not even breakup related, but just books that really helped me through a bad time. So I've tried to take the best pieces of advice I think that came from those books and transfer it into this book and put my own spin on it. there's some sense of humor in there as well. The book's held together with my dark sense of humor. I say fuck a lot in the book, and yeah, there's a lot of interesting stories about how people did nothing in a bad situation, as in that's the art of no contact, really. The art of no contact, the dark art of no contact, is doing nothing to facilitate the outcome that you want. And so I use a lot of historical examples in the book that way. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy it. And yeah, so if you feel the book is worthy of a purchase, then please do, and I will let you know when it goes live. But another 4 to 6 weeks and it should be out. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. What are we doing? How are you guys? Okay, guys, start asking your questions, and let's get into it. So we've got some people jumping on. WF, greetings from Miami. Hello, how are you? Donovan, how goes it, Nick? You're all good? Okay. I'm not going to pronounce your name because I don't know how to pronounce it. We broke up for the second time. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Would you like to share the story and ask a question? I might be able to help you. Stella, how are you? One of my first ever clients from back in the day, and now a good friend. How are you doing? And I know you're going through a rough time at the moment, but if you want to ask a question, please do. Hope you're well. Okay, again, Facebook people, come over to YouTube. Like I said, this is my phone, laptop's over here. YouTube, sorry, no, not YouTube. Facebook are not allowing me to stream from YouTube anymore for some reason. They've changed their rules, so I'm just broadcasting to different streams. So Facebook people, come and join the live on YouTube, please. Okay, hello Nick, love your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being there. Hope you're well. Ask your questions if you've got one. Okay, Claude. Hi, Nick. I just want to say that it's been 3 months since we broke up. Your videos helped me a lot, and made me realize that there is more to life than thinking about your ex. You're amazing. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Actually, so that actually brings me to a point I wanted to talk about today. And this quote here: "Now, not how." Oh, let me just grab a drink. No, made a noise. Okay, so as many of you might know, I do a lot of reading now. Rather, I do a lot of I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and the reason I listen to a lot of audiobooks is to keep myself educated. Is when I've got a problem in my life, I like to find out why and how to solve it. So as part of this and me trying to, make more of a success out of YouTube and maybe just expand the business a little bit, I'm reading a book, or rather I'm listening to a book called The $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. And it's a really good book about starting businesses and stuff like that. And the premise of the book is now, not how. In other words, start now and try to figure it out later, which I think has massive implications and application to breakups. And I certainly went through this when I was going through my breakup 4 years, actually, yeah, pretty much 4 years ago now. And we're sitting around waiting for things to happen, sitting around trying to analyze my ex, sitting around trying to, outmaneuver things and stuff like that. And trying to gather more information. And what was missing, ultimately what was missing, is just fucking starting, is just get moving and start working on yourself. Now, that's a loaded topic. It really is a loaded topic. And okay, what is working on yourself actually mean? And it can mean different things to different people. So going back to the book that I'm going through now, the $1 Million Weekend, which is a business book. It's not a breakup book, but as I say, the philosophy of the book has got great, application here. Now, not how. So I get it, guys. When you're going through a breakup, it's very, very easy to stay sat in the breakup mud, stay stuck and think, right, okay, I'm never ever gonna love someone else again. I'm never ever gonna move on. I don't want to smile again. I don't want to do this again. I'm never, whatever it might be. And I get it. And that's like, there's a time and a place for that. It's absolutely okay to actually sit there and just say, right, screw this, I'm done. But if I've learned anything over the last 4 years, is you just have to start moving, even if it hurts. And it's like, if you've ever had like damage yourself, broken an arm or a leg or something like that, any good physiotherapist will say, look, eventually we have to get moving, even though it hurts. And that's the thing. It's just taking the baby steps. So look, start now. Start no contact now. Start the gym now. Start therapy now. Start breakup coaching now. Now, I don't think you need breakup coaching. I'm not saying you need it, but for me, it's a very powerful tool. So I'm never going to say, guys, you need breakup coaching. But one thing I can say, anybody that I have coached has got over their breakup far, far quicker than without coaching. So it is a great, powerful tool. You can certainly get over a breakup without the coaching, but it's probably 10 times harder. So I'm just being honest with you. I know my breakup would have been 10 times harder without my breakup coach, without him guiding me through the pain and just having someone to talk to, just having that voice in the dark to guide you forward. And just, you know, when you're really, really down and the anxiety is just dominating every thought and you can't get out of bed, having that person there just to say, hey, okay, look, I hear you and it sucks, but come on, we need to get up and we need to start moving. Okay. So yeah, so guys, now, not how. So think about, just tap in the comments right now. What can you do right now, right this second, that's going to help you tomorrow, next month, 6 months, 12 months? And I can give you an example. For me, it was doing something like journaling. It was doing something like, okay, let me start planning. Let me start planning getting a better job, or let me start planning, okay, how can I make my finances a little bit better? And I wasn't thinking so much about dating or anything like that. I was more about taking steps about getting me back, getting back into contact with myself and going from there. Facebook people, anybody that's jumped on Facebook, come over to YouTube. I can't broadcast to Facebook anymore from YouTube for some reason. Don't know why. So look, the links are in the group. I've made I made posts earlier in private group. Come over to YouTube. You're going to get much better access there. And I'm going to probably close the stream down for the group in a minute because I can't do two things at once because, you know, that's just stupid. Anyway, so guys, what can you do right now? Tell me, what do you want to do right now? Right, so let's get rid of that and I'll start answering some questions. All right. Okay, where were we? Okay, we asked Claude. Okay, WF. In no contact for 2 months. She left me. She recently started texting irrelevant stuff. I'm confused. Okay, but I'm also sorry to hear about it. But can you elaborate a little bit on that, please? And just tell me what specifically what you need help with, what you're confused about specifically. That'd be great. Okay. I don't want to try and pronounce your names. I'm really bad with this. Asubum? I've probably butchered that, so I do apologize. Okay, me and my partner broke up for the second time. The first time we separated, she came back after 21 days for this time. I begged for like 10 days and she monkey branched to someone else. Oh man, that's rough. That's really rough. Monkey branch is never good, man. It's never good. And whatever way we look at it, monkey branching is a form of cheating. It is a form of emotional cheating. And yeah, that can be really tough. Yeah, look, I get why people beg and plead. I do understand, but it will have the opposite effect of what you're trying to achieve. Now, look, you shouldn't be trying to achieve to get an ex back. The best way, ironically, the best way to get an ex back is to not try and get them back, is to go, all right, cool, this hurts, this sucks, I don't agree with this decision, but okay, I will respect the decision and I'm going to get on with healing myself. And that's really hard to do. But ultimately, it's the most attractive thing you can do. It really is. Let me just turn the brightness up a little bit. It is the most attractive thing that you can do. So yeah, man. But I wouldn't take this person back personally. Look, monkey branching is emotional cheating. That means they had someone lined up already to replace you. That's never good. So, and when someone shows you who they really are, truly believe them. You must believe them. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question, man. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through that. Stella says yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, Endor Walsh. My wife said in November she wanted to separate, and I think started seeing someone close after. I am planning moving home in 2 weeks. How do I win her back and change her mind? Oh, buddy. Okay. One moment. Okay. Again, Facebook group. Come over to YouTube, please. Come over to YouTube. Come and join. Log onto my channel and join the stream there. In fact, I'm going to shut this one down now because we've been going for about 15 minutes and I think you've all had enough warning. So I'm going to shut this down and I will see you on the YouTube channel. All right. Okay, cool. Just get that delete. Sorry, YouTube guys. My apologies. Again, wasn't aware of the new policies Facebook have put in place. So yeah, and and guys, if you're not part of my private Facebook group, please come and join it. There's like 31,000 people in there now. The community grows every day. I'll put out regular posts every day, and yeah, and also guys, if you are interested in one-to-one coaching, I am doing a 40% off offer right now for the next maybe week or two. One, to celebrate getting to 10,000 subs on YouTube, my book coming out, you guys just being all round amazing, and the group's doing really well. So as I said, there's a 40% discount on one-to-one coaching with me to get you through your breakup right now. So if you want to take advantage of that, now's the time, because it will go back to full price in about a week or two. So if you're interested, you can drop me an email at thelovefix20@gmail.com or go to any recent video that I've made, and in the description there will be a link. Actually, no, I've not linked the new price to that, so no, forget that. Drop a comment here and just say that you're interested in the discount, and I will give you my email address. Okay, so thelovefix20@gmail.com if you want to take advantage of the 40% discount right now. Okay, but okay, so Ender, look, there really isn't a thing. Winning someone back and changing someone's mind isn't really a thing. Okay, so think back to a time when you made your mind up about something, even though everyone around you was telling you maybe that was a stupid idea. Okay, but you've made your mind up about that, and nothing's going to stop you. And that's the thing with human beings. We're fickle at best. And once we've made our mind up, we've made our mind up. Now, what you can do, you can stay no contact and you can start working on yourself. You can start fixing the stuff that you got wrong ultimately. Now, I'm not saying it's all your fault. I don't know your situation. And again, this is why I offer one-to-one coaching, where I can really dig deep into people's situations and find out what went wrong, how you feel, get you feeling better, and find out what the best solution might be. And so I can't really do too much of that over a live or with YouTube videos. So look, the best thing you can do right now is take a step back, breathe. Yeah, I know it hurts, and I know your anxiety is probably at like 2,000% right now. That's okay, but just take some time, just step back and breathe. Okay, it's gonna be okay. I promise, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, write down how you feel. Okay, do some journaling, do some exercise. Okay, and then really think about what caused that breakup. Now, our first instinct is to say, "Oh, well, they didn't give us enough time. They didn't listen to me. They didn't give me a second chance." And okay, maybe that might be true, but a breakup doesn't just happen. Okay, it normally starts happening way before the breakup actually happened. Normally, in most cases, especially if you've been together longer than maybe a year. Okay, and a breakup is the last event in a series of events that caused that event. Okay, so it's literally the breakup started over here somewhere. This is the breakup, so it's had that journey. Yeah. So really think about, okay, what started going wrong, and what did you contribute to that, and what did your ex contribute to that? Now, you can't do anything about what your ex said, did, or is feeling. All you can do is focus on yourself. All you can do is manage how you feel, and that is your responsibility. And all you can do is say, okay, if my ex did come back right now, who is she going to find? Is she going to find the person that she dumped, or is she going to find the person that worked on himself and leveled up? So always be that person working on themselves. You can't manipulate someone back to you. And if you did, if you were somehow successful, then that's transactional. That's not desire. Yeah, they've got to desire you. They've got to want to come back. Okay. But some exes just don't come back, my friend. My ex never came back. Okay. And at the time, yeah, that was brutal, but it was a gift at the end, you know. So it led on to much bigger and better things, and I'm in a much healthier space in my life. I'm doing. I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. I won't be financially better off. I won't be emotionally better off. I wouldn't be just like in life better off. I won't be in a better relationship. So it ended up being a gift. Okay. So try to think about it in those terms. Simon says, "Hello, mate. Thank you for your time." Okay, so I went very full on British there. Yeah, how you doing, bud? Hope you're okay. And my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And thank you for being here. Okay, it's been 2 months. She came to know that I called her a cheater. She texted me and I told her that I believe you are a cheater, not directly, but she was outbursting at me and I said, yes. I'm not too sure what that means, my friend. I guess what I'm getting from that, you guys have had some kind of exchange over text. You've called her a cheater and she didn't react too kindly to that. It's probably not a good idea to it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. Have I been cheated on before? Yes, I have. And did I call my ex a cheater? Yes, I did, and very angrily as well. But if I was ever cheated on again, I wouldn't act that way. I'd be upset and I'd be hurt, but I wouldn't. I would do my best to stay calm and not make any kind of she would say inflammatory comments, because that's just you know, you're fighting fire with firewood, and that's never a good idea. Cara, hey Nick, I made it. Yes, you did. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. If you've got any questions, let me know. Okay, she told me that she lost all emotional attachment for me and she didn't contact me for the last 2 months. She still follows me and checks my stories, but never texts me. Okay, but look, this is going to be brutal. All right, let me take a drink. So this comes up a lot with one-to-one clients. This comes up a lot in my one-to-one coaching sessions, where you know, and look, for the first part of the conversation, I'm just listening. I'm just letting my client just tell me their story and venting off, you know, getting it all off their chest. And it comes up a lot when they say, yeah, so my ex said they lost emotional attraction for me. Now, for a woman, it's a lot different for men and women. You know, it's less emotional for a man when it comes to attraction. It's way more emotional for a woman. Now, for a woman, if they lose that emotional attraction, it's sometimes close to impossible for them to get it back. It's not impossible, but it's close. So for a woman, it's all about emotional connection. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to, or rather, if they don't feel heard, they won't feel safe. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to feel attracted, because it's all about safety for a woman. You've got to look on a biological evolution. What do women look for in a man? Ultimately, they're looking for safety and security, ultimately. And the reason is, on a biological level, you know, men are responsible for protecting women. That's been the whole role of a man throughout human history. Okay, because women are physically less strong. You know, sex is way more dangerous for a woman, because one, they're being penetrated, and two, they could be pregnant. And if they do become pregnant, you know, they need more protection. Now, not so much in today's world, you know, they're very well protected, but on a biological level, that's still programmed into us, that need to feel safe. So if a woman is saying they've lost emotional attachment, I don't know if that can be saved, my friend. The best thing you can do is not to say anything to her. It's just to come away. It's just to leave it alone. And look, it doesn't matter if she still follows you and checks your stories. It doesn't mean anything, my friend. Unless she says, hey, I want to get back with you, then you need to leave her alone. You need to work on yourself, because otherwise where you are is going to keep you very stuck for a very long time, my friend. So I'm sorry that you're going through this. Stefan, hello, just checking in, feeling a bit better, bit by bit, 6 months into the breakup and starting to feel the value switch. Oh, well, yeah, I remember our conversations over the live here, Stefan, so thank you for joining, and I'm glad you're feeling better, my friend, but, feel free to give us the update. Okay, WF, 22 years and 4 kids. I got the I love you, but I'm not in love with you speech. Yeah, that one's a bitch. I still love her and want her. Kids are with me. She moved out. Does she want to come back or breadcrumbing? Let me reread that. I love you, but I'm not in love with you speech. I still love her and want her. Kids are with me. She moved out. Does she want to come back or breadcrumbing? I don't know, man. And you'd have to give me a bit more context in like what kind of conversations are you guys having. But look, if I was you right now, I wouldn't discuss anything about the breakup. I wouldn't discuss anything about the relationship. All you talk about. So right now, after a breakup, it's a business arrangement, okay? And when you got kids, yeah, you have to do what you call smart contact. In other words, you only discuss logistics with the kids and their health and their well-being, and who's got them on the weekend, who's got them Monday to Friday, or whatever it is, schooling, food, clothes, that kind of thing. You just try to be the best parent you can be. Okay. Look, when someone says, look, I don't like that time, and I've believe it or not, guys, I actually get a lot of dumpers come to me for coaching, a lot, because they'll say stuff like, I don't know if I've made the right choice. I don't know what I'm doing, that kind of thing. And a lot of them say, oh, yeah, I love them, but I'm not in love with them. And when I challenge people on that, and okay, what does that actually mean? Most people don't know how to explain it. And it's a bit of a bullshit term. Now, 22 years is a long time. A lot can happen in 22 years. Now, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here and say that maybe, because this happens a lot, this comes up a lot, when people get married and they have kids, they neglect the marriage, they neglect the relationship, they hyper focus on the kids. And when the kids get to a certain age and they can start focusing on the relationship again, the relationship is dead because they've neglected it for 20 years. So now there's a really good book by John Gottman and Julie. Is it Julie Gottman? Yeah, because they're married. Okay, a really good book. Now, John Gottman is kind of like the godfather of marriage counseling and relationships, that kind of thing. And in 8 Dates, there's a book called 8 Dates that is a very good book. And he says in there that people prioritize their kids over their marriage, and that's the biggest mistake that you can make. It has to be the other way around. You have to prioritize the mommy and daddy relationship, and then if you do that, if mommy and daddy are taking care of each other's needs, then the needs of the kids get met automatically because they see mommy and daddy are happy. Mommy and daddy have got more energy. Mommy and daddy cuddle, kiss, and still have sex and go on dates and love each other very much, and that will transfer to the kids. But a lot of people do it the other way around, where they hyper focus on the kids and neglect the relationship. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark and maybe say, did that happen? If yes, then that's a different story. But right now, I don't know if she'll come back. I don't know if she's breadcrumbing. No one can know that. Maybe she might do. Maybe she thinks, okay, I don't want to throw away 22 years and I don't want to throw it away for the kids. But if she did come back, you guys have to start from the beginning, as in you have to bury the old relationship because that failed and it's dead. And you have to start again by dating, getting to re-know each other like you've never met each other before. Okay, you have to put the effort in. Look, love must be an intentional choice. Love is not a feeling. So guys, get this out of your heads right now. Okay, love is not a feeling. That is Disney bullshit that we've been conditioned from a very young age to say it has to be alive with a million magical fairies and that's love. It's not. Love has to be intentional. Love is having hard conversations. Love is turning up to shit that you don't want to turn up to. Okay. Love is investing in someone who invests in you. That's love. Yeah. Love is listening to understand, not to respond. Yeah. It's not the butterflies that wears off. It always wears off. Okay. So let me know what you think, WF. Okay, Chef. Hey, Nick. How do I deal with bitterness towards my ex? You tell her to fuck off. No, I'm only joking. Revenge, sorry, revenge, etc. For how they abused, manipulated me. Sometimes I'm cool and I don't think about it, but the odd moments I get angry and I believe in karma. And I get angry, believe in karma. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me. I promise, guys, when I get my new house, I will have a dedicated office where I can do this properly, because I don't. I have a. This is a 2-bedroom place, and it's an open. As you can see, it's an open planned kitchen and living room. So like my living room, my kitchen are all one thing. It's quite, actually, you can't see it. It looks small, but over that side, it's really long. But this is about the best space that I have at the moment. So yeah. When I get my new house, guys, I'll have a proper setup. I'll have all the YouTube shit going on. So, okay, all right. So, how do I deal with bitterness? Okay. That's a really hard question. It's a really, really hard question, because look, we're all different, and it's easy for me to say, "Oh, just do this, it's fine." But the fact is, I'm not in your head. I don't have your experience. I don't have your worldview, and I don't have your traumas or whatever that might be. So I'm going to try and put myself back into a situation of someone that's just gone through a breakup. Now, bitterness and anger are part of it, okay? And I think you have to feel that. I think you have to go through that stage. The trick is to not stay there for too long, okay? So it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be bitter. The trick is okay, what do I do with these emotions? Because emotions are not positive or negative. It's how you act, okay? And this is why I love Stoic philosophy, and this is why I encourage anybody to go read books on Stoic philosophy. In fact, my 2 favorite books on Stoic philosophy is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, and Ego is the Enemy, but also by Ryan Holiday. Okay, and Stoic philosophy isn't about denying your feelings, it isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about recognizing that they're there, trying to understand why they're there, and then responding in a way that's gonna be a healthier response. And look, Marcus Aurelius famously said in his meditation journals that you, yeah, what's the quote? You can't be harmed if you choose not to be harmed. Okay, and I think that's a really good quote. So look, I think but some practical things that you can do every day: journal, write everything down, write down how you feel. Okay, cold showers, highly recommend those. You're not going to feel angry and anxious after a cold shower. Trust me, they help a lot, and that gives you like a natural dopamine high as well. Exercise, talking to people, talking to a therapist or something like that, or breakup coaching. Okay, guys, I can't stress it enough. I think anyone that I've had a one-to-one session with will tell you the same thing, that they feel that nothing's been solved afterwards, but they feel better afterwards. Because one thing I do in the sessions is to validate and to listen, but also to challenge these ideas. So, okay, why do we feel that way? And how's that going to change the situation? Okay, what can we do today that your future self is going to thank you for? So what can we do right now that your future, in 6 months, is going to, your future self is going to thank you for? Okay. So if you're struggling to keep your cool, and that's when, call a friend, scream to a pillow, go and do some kind of combat sport, like go and punch a punching bag, or go and do some jiu-jitsu or something like that. Just go and do some exercise. So here's the thing: you've got all this, again, biologically, you've got all this, energy inside you, And if you've ever watched a wildlife documentary, when you've got I don't know, 2 male bucks or 2 male lions about to do battle, and for some reason or another, they don't fight. So they've got all this nervous energy inside them, okay, and you'll see them running around, shaking and stuff like that to get that energy out, okay. And it's the same thing when we go for a breakup. It's kind of like we're constantly preparing to do battle, so we've got all that energy inside us and it can't go anywhere. So this is why exercise is such a great thing, and this is why a cold shower is such a great thing, and this is why journaling is such a great thing. It's just a release to get all of that shit out of us. So, look, revenge. Listen, man, revenge is not a good thing. Okay, let's just say you did get revenge. It ain't gonna make you feel better. I promise you that. Well, maybe for 5 minutes, and then you're gonna feel angry again and sad. You know, so it's think about how futile it is trying to get revenge on someone that's no longer in your life and that doesn't want to be with you romantically anymore. Just think about how futile that is. They're not going to come back if you try to get revenge on them. In fact, the only way they're going to come back is if they see that there's a calm person here, that's someone that is working on themselves. That's when they come back. Yeah, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes, okay, this wasn't the right relationship for me. And I think a lot of time, dumpies, in a lot of cases, they see things that dumpers. My apologies. Dumpers see things what dumpies don't. And it can take the dumpy a long time to catch up with that. So have a think about that and let me know what you think. I hope that helped. And I went on a bit of a rant there. Lizzie, my friend, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Okay, Connor. Do you believe that it is still not right to accept your ex back if she monkey branched, but you believe you were to blame for the monkey branch in the first place? Dude, you wasn't to blame for the monkey branch. Okay. All right. Okay. You might not have been partner of the year. Okay, but the response, the right response isn't a monkey branch. Okay, that's still cheating. So no, it's not the right response. So let's say you are the catalyst. Yeah. Maybe let's just say you're the worst partner ever. Okay. Her response is her response. I'm assuming this is a woman, by the way. But I could be wrong. So their response is their response. Now, let's just say right now you put in the chat, Nick, you're the biggest prick I've ever come across. Okay. Now, I didn't ask for that. And it wasn't my fault that you said it. Yeah. But nonetheless, it is my responsibility to respond in a way that is that's gonna be healthier. Now, I could come back at you and say, right, you're this, or I could just say thank you and move on and not let it bother me. So apply that to someone monkey branching. They could be sitting there thinking, all right, the relationship isn't going the way I want it to. I'm trying to communicate with this person and it's still not happening. Okay, I can't do this anymore. So rather than just monkey branching and outsourcing something to someone new, I can go single for a little bit, see if things calm down, and see if this person is going to level up. But the thing is, man, why would you want to get back with someone that before your bed was even cold, she's jumped to someone else? The sheets weren't even cold, my friend. Yeah, it's cheating. Yeah, so write that down. Monkey branching is cheating. Okay, it's cheating. So it's down to you whether you feel that is good or bad. But if you took someone back that rebounded or monkey branched, all you're telling them is that they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and there's no consequences to their actions. Yeah, and that's not attractive either. If you don't have any boundaries, it's the least attractive thing that you can have. Having confidence and boundaries for yourself, saying no, fuck off, you're not coming back. I'm better. I can do better. Yeah, that's the attractive thing. Yeah, I've had women look. I've had women cheat on me. And wanted to come back. No, I've had women rebound on me, wanted to come back. Hell no. And I've had somebody monkey branch me as well. Not coming back. Ain't happening. Now, it's a bit different if, let's say, I don't know, like, just devil's advocate. Let's say me and my girlfriend right now split up right now, and we both went away. Okay, like it was just a bit heated, but we both stayed single. Come back like 3 months later, say, look, I've done some thinking. I've done some therapy or whatever. I think what we had was really good. Can we start again? Then yeah, absolutely, you can start again, because both people went away and said, right, let me just gather my thoughts. Let me just be single for a little bit. So yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm in no contact. She came to know from a friend that they think she is a cheater. She asked me, and I told her that I agreed with them. She still bitches about me. I don't want her back, but it hurts. Okay, give me a second. One moment. So I just need to go back a second. Buddy, you say you don't want her back, but I'm getting from your comments that might not be true. I'm just being real from what I'm gathering from you. Look, okay. Yes, it hurts, and it's meant to. It's meant to hurt. You've suffered a loss, and you're grieving someone that is still alive, and that's really, really painful. Really painful. Okay, but you know what's more painful? Cheating. Sticking around trying to get a response out of someone that's cheated. That's even more painful. What's even more painful is not having boundaries. What's even more painful is not giving this energy to yourself. So yes, this is going to hurt. It is going to hurt. It's not going to go away for a long time. Because look, I think it took me about 2 years when I was cheating. This was back in 2014. I think it was like 2 or 3 years to fully recover from being cheated on. And yeah, it was savage. I was very angry for a long time. I was telling anybody that would listen, but after some time, people just get bored of the story. And so here's the thing, man. God forbid if your doctor said to you right now, "Hey, look, you've only got 6 months left to live." Okay, are you going to waste another second on someone who cheated on you, or are you going to make every second of your life count because you've only got 6 months left to live? So when I get caught up in my head sometimes, and when I get caught up in my feelings sometimes, I try to say to myself, Nick, what if you only had 6 months left? He's like, oh, fuck shit. I better get to work. I better make every day count. I better make every second count. Okay. And yeah, and I was having a conversation with a friend a few weeks back, and they said, because I turned 40 this year back in February. So yeah, so I'm the big 40 now, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But they said, oh, don't worry, you've got like 45, 50 years left. You've got a long time. But I didn't see it that way. I see it now, oh shit, no, I've only got 50 years left. Yeah. So if I want to create my happiness and if I want to create my purpose and my legacy, I've only got 50 years left. Yeah. Maybe 35, 40 of them are only like working years, and maybe I'm not healthy when I'm older. I don't know. So remember this saying, memento mori. Memento mori. You can die at any time. Okay. Always remember that tomorrow's not guaranteed, my friend. Okay. Memento mori. I can die at any time. So if you try to have that mindset, okay, what if I only had 6 months left to live? Where am I going to direct that energy? So yeah, this is going to be painful. And I would suggest that you tell your friends not to discuss this with you anymore. You don't want any more information about this woman. You should block this woman. She cheated. Why would you want to cheat her in your life? Yeah. Yeah, it's like someone coming up to you, stabbing you in the chest. I was like, "Oh, so sorry. I thought it'd be fun." You're like, "Fuck off." You're not gonna let that person back into your life. Anyway, hope you feel better. Okay, I can't pronounce your name, so I'm just going to call you ASMR. So I'm assuming that you do some kind of ASMR channel. So sounds exciting. My ex and I broke up last August. We were together for 5.5 years. We have a daughter, and we have a daughter together. When we first split, it was mutual, and for the first few months, we both felt relieved. Okay. Throughout our time together, I had a lot of family issues. Parents separated, and my younger brother passed away. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That must have been so rough for you. That must have been so tough. I'm so sorry. Me being the oldest put a lot of stress and responsibility. Yeah, I can imagine. Absolutely. Okay. I became overwhelmed, depressed, and let myself go. The relationship was sadly the last thing I was worried about. Okay. After the first few months, we began to miss each other, and I made the mistake of basically being friends, talking every day and sleeping with him until February. I would bring up getting back together, and he'd always say he needs time to get his life together. I'd get upset and stop talking to him. He'd always be the one to start the conversation again, making it about our daughter, uh, or post subliminal. I can't pronounce words today. I know what the word means, I just can't pronounce it for some reason. Subliminal. I'm going to move on just before I embarrass myself. I dare anyone to like actually cut this out and put it on a meme or something. Okay. Would often tell him that if he ever start liking or talking to anyone, to promise to tell me. Okay, all right. He'd always say that he was the last thing. It was the last thing on his mind. We never trust issues in the past, so I believed him. In late February, I noticed him acting differently and short and distant with me. Okay, I kept saying why he's acting distant. Okay, all right. I'm going to try and get through this as quick as I can. A few weeks went by, and pick up from my daughter. I confronted him, and he basically forced him to cut it off with me. Accepted and left. So really, next he broke it off with me. He starts texting me pointless. Right. Okay. Let me just say. All right. You've made a lot of posts here, my friend. Okay. Look, I'm just gonna cut to the. I'm just gonna cut to the end because it's not fair on everybody else. I feel like since he caught. I feel like since I caught him, he knows he fucked up. Okay, let me just go back one. I've been in contact 2 weeks now, so I'm getting the vibe here that he's probably seeing someone else. He says that he doesn't love me anymore. He has no feelings. I feel like I wouldn't. Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Look, thank you for sharing. Do you think it's really over? Okay. What is the truth of his actions? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What is the truth of his actions? Okay, that will tell you everything. Now, there's a famous quote. Well, I think I've probably made it famous because I like it so much, by Mark Manson, and from the book "Love Is Not Enough." And it's a really good audiobook. Highly recommend anybody go and check that out because love is not enough, guys. Actions never lie, and words don't mean shit. Okay, so it doesn't matter what he said. He's actually go by his actions. So if his actions are saying it's over, then yes, my friend, it probably is. But look how toxic this become, and it would appear that neither of you are in the right place for this relationship right now. Okay, you've said like your brother passed away and a lot of stress was put on you. And look, I hear you. You know, look, it's I get a lot of family pressures as well. I get a lot of responsibility put on me. A lot. I take care of my parents in it, like semi financially. I mean, able-bodied, but you know, I support them semi financially. So, yeah, I get it. I get that weight of that responsibility. It's harsh. I think this is a sign for you to look after yourself first, and you've got to get yourself right before you can have a relationship with him or anybody else. The relationship with yourself, that is what needs attention right now. That's what needs your love and attention. And because if you can't turn up for yourself, how can you turn up for a partner or for your daughter? Okay, so you've got to try and be the best person you can and get yourself right so you can be that person for everybody else, you know? Okay, so yeah, I think staying in no contact is the right idea. I think that's the thing to do right now. And I think, yeah, right now I don't think this relationship has any great foundations right now. And if the foundations are bad, then it's just not going to work, my friend. So I'm sorry to be the one to deliver that information. But look, I've wrote like, my book that's coming out soon. I've written it, okay, and the I think one of the most, I'm going to be really big headed here, but one of the best lines that I think I've personally come up with is that a breakup is a terminal diagnosis that can give you a new life. Okay. It's the only terminal diagnosis that can give you a new life if you let it be. Okay. So, as painful as this is, and I get it that you've got a lot going on, if we can see this as an opportunity rather than a tragedy, then yes, it can come good. Maybe you two can reconcile in the future. I don't know. But if there's another woman involved and it's this toxic, I wouldn't recommend it. So I hope you feel better. Okay. Do you believe? Oh no, I've done that one. Okay, so let me just. Camilla, hi Nick. How are you? Have you got a question? Let me know. Okay, whammy. Oh, I love that name. So maybe I can give you a double whammy with my answer to this question. All right. Sorry, my back is starting to hurt again, so I'm going to sit back. Okay. Hi, Nick. Got the no future with you after 2 years, 9 months, career, separate kids, relocation 15 miles. She reached out to I don't know what it is, to my SIL. Can you translate that for me? I don't know what it is. Asking about how I'm doing, sympathy or curiosity. Cheers from Chicago. I don't know. It could be both of those. It could be one of those. It could be neither of those. The fact is, man, unless she actually reaches out to you and contacts you, it doesn't really mean anything, to be fair. Because otherwise, what happens is we get into mind reading, and mind reading is never good when it comes to breakups. Because look, we have human beings have this horrible need to figure out the mystery, to close the loop. Now, look, I'll give you an example. Like when I'm creating like YouTube content, and I shouldn't be giving this away because it's trade secrets, but fuck it, I'm just being honest. Right. So, what gets you to click on a YouTube video? Okay, 9 times out of 10, it's the curiosity, right? So you got the thumbnail. Okay, the thumbnail sets it all up. Okay. The thumbnail is there. First of all, it's got like when you're scrolling through hundreds of videos, it's got to catch your eye. Okay. And when it catches your eye, like maybe the color catches your eye, and then it will say something like, I don't know, what's a good thumbnail? I don't know. Do you know? I've gone totally blank. But anyway, like the thumbnail catches your attention, right? And what it does, it opens up a loop, right? It opens up what we call curiosity gap. It opens up the loop. Okay, so it says, I don't know, after 90 days, this is what happened with my ex, or something like that. Okay, so that gets your curiosity. Okay, so now that opens the loop. Now the curiosity there gets you to click onto that video. And so that's what thumbnails do on YouTube. Okay, every thumbnail I try to create is to get people to notice the video, and then you've got the title that supports the thumbnail, and hopefully you click on it, and then it's my job to keep you listening for the full length of that video. So it's making good content. But the first part of it is creating that curiosity, and it's the same in breakups. We need to close that loop, right? So you click on that YouTube video because you want to close the loop, you want to find out. And we have the same shit when an ex is looking at a social media, loop open. Oh, what does it mean? Okay, they reached out to this person. What does it mean? Okay, look, sometimes it doesn't mean anything. Sometimes it just means they're curious. Sometimes it just means they're asking about you because they're a good person. Okay, we have a really horrible natural instinct to assign meaning to everything, and it doesn't have to have meaning. Some things just don't mean anything. Okay, so the truth is in the actions. So it would have more meaning if she reached out to you. So that's what I think. Anyway, let me know what you think, and any more questions, let me know. And thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, I've got that, buddy. Thank you. Okay. All right, Stella, how are you? All right. Okay. We broke up. He broke up with me because I wouldn't forgive him for almost hitting me. Resentful. I felt in danger, was unhappy, and I moved out. Yeah, he did. He did break up. Yeah, yeah. By the way, Stella, I did listen. I did listen to your voice message. I just haven't had a chance to get back to it. So I won't give. Obviously, I won't give any details. By the way, guys, Stella's a friend. Stella's a friend of mine. So friendship clause in place here. Okay. Okay, will he go through the stages of Dumba? I think probably yes. Because from what you've told me, he hasn't been taking responsibility for how he feels about certain things, and he's been blaming you for that. And look, we all have our bullshit. We all have to work on that. That's fine. But he's obviously got some things that he needs to work on. I think he's overly attached to his parents, and as I said to you yesterday, if he's allowing his mother to dominate him, and if he let me put it this way, I think for me, it's every man's duty to stand for his woman. If he can't stand for you, then he's no good. The fact is, he's not in a relationship with his mother. Well, he's not meant to be. He's meant to be in a relationship with you at the end of the day. But there's a lot of mummy boys out there, and they're overly attached to their mothers. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I take care of my parents, but they don't get fucking involved. They don't get anywhere near involved in my romantic relationships because there's consequences to that, and I put boundaries in place. Like I said, no, you do not encroach on that part of my life. No, that doesn't happen. So yeah, I think he will. Look, I think he will, Stella. But I think the bigger question, given what you told me, and I won't go into details, but given what you've told me privately, I think you know the answer that it wouldn't be a good idea to take him back, given what he said and what he did. Okay, when someone shows you who they truly are, you must believe them. Okay, so really think about that. I know it's brutal. I know it's so painful, and I'm sorry that you're going through another breakup. I really am, but yeah, think about it. I know right now. Look, the emotional part of your brain wants you to go back to where you last felt safe, and that's perfectly normal. But the logical part of your brain has to kind of take center stage here and say, right, okay, is this good for us long term? And I think if you said you guys have been together just about a year, okay, the first year is meant to be like the most fun year. It will only compound over time. So if this is happening in year one, just think what that's going to look like in year 10. Okay. It doesn't get better. Okay. That actually compounds over time. So yeah, just have a think about that. Okay, Donovan. She ended it with me, seemed a bit confused. I went no contact straight away. 3 weeks later, she messaged me asking if I'm alive. Well, that was nice of her. We spoke for 3 days. She initiated all of them, then she vanished again. Okay, buddy. Okay, oh, you got another post. 2 weeks later, I had to reach out to get my last few things and chat about something I couldn't avoid. She then said she thinks it's best for both of us and the right thing. That time apart helps. Okay, helps decisions. I didn't fight, just said okay, then I respect your decision. I left it at that and went back into no contacts. Now been 4 weeks and silent. What do you think? I mean, look, I think first of all, look, you handled it like pretty well. So well done. And look, that takes a lot of effort, man. To do that, because no contact isn't. It goes against every kind of natural instinct that we have, and yeah, that's really tough. So look, I think you've made the right decisions based on the scenario there. But look, I think she's told you, look, I think this is the right decision. And here's the thing, man, you can still love someone and the breakup be the right decision. As brutal as that sounds, it's really tough. So I think all you can do, man, is continue on doing what you're doing. And look, it's gonna hurt, it is gonna sting, but I think if I can give you some practical solutions to this, is okay. And this is what I used to do with great effect, and I give it to my one-to-one clients as well, and they've used it with great effect. And as I say, like, coaching people helps them get through it a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently and just healthily, really. Set aside somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes every day. okay, with no devices. So phones off, preferably in a different room, no TV, nothing. Okay, complete silence. Okay, and then hyper focus on the breakup. Hyper focus on how you feel. If you've got to cry, cry. Just do it, man. Just get it out. Okay. Think about everything she said. Think about like everything leading up to the breakup. Think about the breakup. Just think, yeah, really feel your feelings. And when that time's up, maybe you only start with 10 minutes and just build up to 30 minutes, but like 10, 15 minutes is fine. And then when you're done, journal, write down how you feel, write down your thoughts, and then set a positive intention for the day. Because a lot of time we'll say stuff like, well, this is what I don't want. I don't want you to do that. Focus on what you do want. And okay, you're going to probably say, I want my ex back, but it's kind of off the table right now. So focus, okay, I want to feel better. Okay, so what do I do to feel better? Okay, I'm going to do some exercise. I'm going to start a new hobby. I'm going to volunteer somewhere. I'm going to spend some time being single, just reestablish the connection with myself. I'm going to try and find out what went wrong. I'm not going to look at what my ex did. I'm going to look at what I did. Okay. And yeah, look, no doubt your ex contributed her own bullshit, but you can't control that. You can only control yourself. Okay. And then repeat that process every day. And sometimes this might take a year. Okay. My process every day was wake up at 5 a.m. And bear in mind, like I was like, my time was during COVID. So fortunately, the gyms opened back up, and we could go out. But apart from that, we could go to the gym. But apart from that, we was locked down. So I had to do this with pretty much almost no human contact, and it was really tough. So my routine every day was wake up at 5, hit the gym hard, come back, jump into a freezing cold shower. I would then journal my thoughts and I would meditate, and then I would set a positive intention for the day. Okay, what do I want to achieve today? What am I going to get out today? What am I doing today that my future self is going to thank me for? Now, it could have been something as simple as like, I'm just going to cook a really healthy meal for myself. I'm going to find a new recipe and cook that for myself. Or I'm going to find a new hobby. And like I went to music school. Again, when things started opening up a little bit, I could, get out once a week and just, go and spend some time with people and a hobby. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to read a book, got to try to replace that hole where your ex is, and it's going to hurt, Donovan. It will hurt, and but look, what I can say is, look, the channel's here. I can advise you. I can be that voice in the dark. The group, my Facebook group, is there as well, and you've got to now build up a new village around you to help support you through this. Okay, hope that helped. Okay. Oh. Sorry, guys. Okay. If they monkey branched and come back, even though no one else accepted their bullshit, leave them and desert. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't take cheaters back. What time? Okay. Donovan, naughty 40s. I don't feel naughty, my friend. Yeah. I wake up most mornings and like things hurt for no reason. It's like I didn't even exercise yesterday. Why are you hurting? Certainly get tired a lot quicker now. Can't train as hard as I used to. So yeah, but trying to stay healthy nonetheless. Trying to stay busy. Okay, so I can't get over the way I got described by her. She hasn't reached out once, and it's been 3 months. I get jealous just thinking of with someone else. I feel stuck. What do I do? Yeah, man, I hear you. Yeah, what someone else's opinion of you can really stick in your mind. And this is going to be a little bit triggering, so I do apologize. But if you got described in a way, or rather discarded in a way, and you can't get over it, then what's really happening internally is that you are agreeing with her assessment. Okay. And that's easy. That's very easy to do because, like we've all got shit that we don't like about ourselves, and we've all got that inner trauma. Okay. So it's a case of trying to remap your mindset to say, right, no, I don't agree with that assessment. Okay. Try not to think about it about being discarded. Look at it as a failed experiment. Actually, all experiments are meant to fail. That's the beauty of the experiment. Okay, it's a failed experiment. And then so look at it. Okay, it's a failed experiment. It hurts, it sucks, but what did you learn from that experiment? Okay, I learned that I've got to be better in certain areas. I learned that, okay, this is not the kind of woman that I'm going to want in the future. I learned that I'm a direct reflection of the women that I attract. Okay, so if I'm attracting shit, then I need to be less shit. And trust me, dude, I've been there many, many times. And so, look, the thought of them with someone else, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Like, trust me. Got the scars, got the t-shirt, done all the mental gymnastics. But I think when you start getting those thoughts, either journal them or just drop and do like push-ups. Just do push-ups until you can't do push-ups anymore. Okay, so it's like, look, I said at the start of the stream, when two male lions are about to go at it, but they don't get to fight for some reason, it doesn't happen. They've still got all that energy inside them, so you'll see them running around, shaking the energy out, like, you know, shaking their manes around and you know, and roaring and scratching the tree and stuff like that. They've got to get that energy out. It's a similar thing. All that anxiety inside you and all that jealousy and everything, it's got to come out. Okay, so trust me, do some intense exercise or jump into a cold shower. I promise you, you're going to get relief out of it. Okay, and journal your thoughts. Okay, journal your thoughts. And hey, look, if you need additional help with this, if you need a one-to-one coaching session, I said at the start of the stream, I'm doing 40% off right now as a thank you for everyone for being amazing, supporting the channel and supporting the Facebook group. Now is a great time to jump on a call with me at 40% discount. Okay, so if you want to do that, drop a comment and I can set it out for you. Okay. Okay. Sister-in-law. Oh, Sil. Oh, okay. So that's what you kids are calling it these days. So I'm so old. I'm not down with the slang. But thank you for clarifying. Okay, Molly. Oh, thank you for joining. Molly's part of the Facebook group. Can you talk about when reconciliation would be a good idea? Oh boy. Okay. We both had kids, not together. We broke things off suddenly, but before that, we had a good relationship. Okay, reconciliations. Reconciliations are horribly complicated, and me trying to make them less complicated could make them more complicated, but I'll give it a try. Okay, so yeah, all right, Molly. Okay, the stats on reconciliations are not good. Okay, now I've coached well over 600 people one-to-one now, and I think I've only successfully helped maybe 30 of those reconcile. Now, when I say successfully, is because I've rejected all other attempts. The other 570 people that wanted to reconcile, I've rejected it. And the reason I've rejected it is because given what they was telling me about their situation, I didn't think it was going to work. And nonetheless, against my advice, these people did try to reconcile, and that was back onto the phone. That was back onto a one-to-one coaching session with me within 3 months. Okay, now 95% of all reconciliations spectacularly fail, and the reason that happens is because, well, a number of reasons. People resurrect the old relationship, so they don't fix the mistakes that created the first breakup. The old relationship failed. It died. It has to stay dead, and it has to stay buried. Okay. People that I've successfully helped reconcile and are still together now, it took a lot of fucking work, and I mean a lot of work, and I mean having at one point both of them on the phone with me, you know, and me trying to be a go-between. Now, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a marriage counselor or anything like that. I'm just someone who listens very well. I recognize patterns and I come up with solutions to unlock those patterns, basically. And I don't bullshit people. I will tell people if I think this can work, and I'll tell people if I think this is going to fail. Okay. Now, those who have successfully reconciled, okay, they did a few key things. First of all, they stayed single. Secondly, They took full responsibility for their part in the relationship. They didn't sit there saying, my ex this, my ex this, my ex this. They looked in and said, right, okay, what did I contribute to this? Why did this fail? Was I listening to understand? Did I hear them? Was I too concerned about my own stuff? Okay, they also go away and they look at their own traumas and why they responded in a certain way. And most importantly, they gave each other sufficient time to step back and analyze the breakup and analyze the relationship and decide whether it is worthy. Now, that takes two willing participants doing the same thing. It's no good if it was just you doing that. Your ex has to do that as well. It's not. It can't be one of you. It's got to be both. It has to be a collective effort. Trust me, guys. Look, reconciliations are so hard because, let me put it this way: when you start dating someone, like, people based it on chemistry. Oh, it just felt fantastic. We had the spark. No, I promise you that is going to fail pretty much 100% of the time. Okay, actually, let me say not 100%. 9 times out of 10, it will fail. You start a relationship based on chemistry. If you start a relationship based on the spark and it just felt amazing on date 1, it's done. Right there, it's done. Okay, you have to start relationships based on compatibility, and most people confuse chemistry and compatibility. Compatibility is the boring shit. Okay, can we communicate well? Okay, do we have the same values in life? Are we both emotionally at the same maturity level? What does life look like in 10 years? Do we want kids together? Can we buy a house together, or do we want to buy a house together? Are we religiously aligned? Can we have a hard conversation, without getting butthurt? Okay, now I'll give an example. This is like me and my girlfriend. We're looking at buying a house together. Okay, we've sat down and we've had a lot of hard conversations. Like, before we get excited about stuff, we both sat down and said, okay, what if this goes wrong? Then what? Okay, what if it goes wrong? What is the worst case scenario? And we had to sit down and have a conversation. If we break up, what does this look like? Okay, if we go ahead with this, what does this look like? And location, all those kind of things, and we have to agree on this stuff. Okay, so looping back to a reconciliation, that's what a reconciliation has to look like. Okay, you can't get back together based on anxiety. You can't get back together based on the last relationship, and you can't get back together based on good memories that you had before. You have to get back together on the understanding that you've worked on yourself, they've worked on yourself, and this is fucking hard, and it's really, really hard. Okay, and if people can't do that, then you can't have a relationship. It's not lollipops and fairies and a Disney film. It's not. Okay, especially when there's kids involved. It's not. Relationships are hard. Relationships are quite boring when you really break it down. Okay, but everyone gets them wrong. Okay, not everyone. People that have learned from the mistakes, start looking at relationships very differently. So now I look at love in a very different way. What does love look like to me now? Okay, love for me ultimately is peace. Not feeling excited, not feeling like I'm so anxious I'm going to jump out my skin every 4 seconds. No, it's peace. Okay, does this woman bring peace to my life? Does she support my journey? Does she give me nurturing, her femininity? That's love for me. My biggest fan, my number 1 support, that's love. It's not, oh, we've just got a great connection. Did me and my girlfriend have a great connection? Yes, but we developed it. We didn't have a great connection on the first date. We had a good first date, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this is the most amazing woman ever. No, it was like, okay, you know what? I've enjoyed my time with this woman. I'm going to give her a second date and I want to spend more time with her. And it built and built and built and built on hard conversations. So that's what a reconciliation has to be. If you're not prepared to do that and your ex is not prepared to do that, then it's not worth the time and effort. If you're only getting back together because the anxiety's got high enough, and this is where most people go wrong, they start reaching out because the anxiety gets high enough and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to get back with you just because I'm scared. Then I don't think it can work. Anyway, let me know what you think. And I appreciate your question. And I know that was probably very hard to hear. But look, my job as a content creator, my job as an author now, and my job as a coach to get you through breakups is to be honest. And look, everything I say is with your best interest at heart. Okay, we're saying, okay, yeah, I know this hurts right now, but I promise you, if you do X, Y, and Z, regardless of the outcome, you're going to be better in the future. Okay. Okay, Lizzie, everyone, please hit the like button. Yes, please. I'm a little channel, and it takes a lot. It takes lots to grow. Please like my channel. Please. So, okay, look, breakup lesson, right? What's more attractive? What's more attractive? Hey guys, if you like the content, if you've got time, give me a like. If not, or please, my kids need rice. I don't have any kids, by the way. What's more attractive? Which one are you going to click on? Yeah. Me saying, hey guys, look, boom, 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 boom. If you hit like, you got 5 minutes, great. That's what's more attractive. Okay, Goddess. How do you get over someone who said they need to find themselves and they want, and what they want as they got scared of getting very attracted to you? That is the biggest load of bullshit in the world. If they're saying shit like that, what that really means, it's like, hey, look, I like you enough to sleep with you, but I don't like you enough to be in a relationship with you. That's what that means. And I'm sorry, I know that's brutal, but look, I've never in my life been attracted to a woman and said, oh my God, you're beautiful, but I'm so scared to indulge this fantasy. No, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit. Okay. And I know that's hard, Goddess, but look, if a friend of yours texts you and saying, oh, look what this guy just said to me, what would you say? How would you respond to that? Okay, you'd be like, this guy's full of shit. And if a woman, look, I've had women say that to me. Yeah. I've had women say that to me, and I've actually said to them back to their face, you are full of shit. If you don't like me enough, that's fine. At least have the balls to say that you don't like me. Okay, and fine. It's gonna suck, but I'm a big boy. I can take it. There's 4 billion more women where you came from. I'll go and talk to the next one. So, and it's the same with guys. There's 4 billion more men where he came from. Go and talk to the next one. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you feel better. And I'm sorry that I got a bit animated there, but it's bullshit. So I think I quite like that. Are you referring to the coaching session? All right, buddy. Look, drop me an email at the lovefix20@gmail.com. You will get an automated response. Just ignore that, and I will respond to you, and I'll send you the link for the for the discounted offer. So guys, I'm doing 40% off one-to-one coaching at the moment. And it's only for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So if you want to jump on a coaching call with me, if you want bespoke advice for your situation, if you want to get over your situation, you want to work with me, then now's the time to do it. Okay, Camilla, MMLD. I don't know what that means. MMLD. Are you referring to long distance? I don't know what MM means. I'm assuming LD means long distance. Near 10 year told him not to come back unless available for long-term relationship. Came back 2018, started divorce, got engaged 2020, October 2020, dumped by text, needed space, then no contact. Later asked friends with benefit claims, pressure to get married. Okay, do you have a question? Vicky, how you doing? Yeah, long time no see. How are you? Molly, good advice, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, reconciliations are tough, Molly. They're really, 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 really fucking tough. Okay. The last reconciliation I worked on with clients, it was over the course of I think about 4 months, and honestly, even for me, it was brutal. It was absolutely. It took a lot, but I'm glad to say that they're functioning well, because ultimately they have to unfuck themselves, and that's what it comes down to. You've also got to, you know, look, get yourself into a position and say, right, okay, is this relationship right for me? So here's the thing, Molly. Look, we're all a reflection of who we attract. Okay, so I want you to, before you think about reconciliation, okay, like grab a pen and paper or just on your phone or whatever, and write down these questions. Okay, what about this relationship is similar to last relationships? What about this man is similar to every man I've dated before? What about this man is similar to the relationship with my parents? Okay, because a lot of time, what happens here, Molly, we are attracted to our first blueprint of what we think love is, and that comes from our parents, and that comes from our childhood. Now, you'll be amazed, okay, how many guys I have on the phone saying, "Oh, my ex, she, we was having sex on the first date and stuff like that, and she was really loving, and all of a sudden she became distant." And my first question is, how was the relationship with her dad? And vice versa. And if I'm speaking to a guy or whatever, or speaking to a woman and telling them about their situation, and they're saying, "Oh, my boyfriend did this, my boy." Okay, what was the relationship like with his mother or his father? And there are so many answers to be uncovered in that question, because we are all a byproduct of our parents, literally, physically, mentally, emotionally. So a lot can be solved from that. So he's looking inward for, okay, what do I need to work on? Okay, so if you focus on that, Molly, regardless of whether you get a reconciliation or not, okay, I promise you, you will be so much better by the end of it. You'll look at this, you think, okay, right, that breakup had to happen because that he showed me what I needed to work on. He taught me the lesson that I needed to learn. So I can take that, and then I can roll that into the future, and I can roll that into the next relationship. Okay, Alexander. Okay, yes. We have a coaching session booked on Sunday, I believe. How are you doing? Wait, is that the same? Let me check. Where's my phone? I want to make sure I've got that right. Let me check. I could be completely wrong here, but I'm sure that's you. Let me check. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the same Alexander. Okay, so cool, buddy. Yeah, I look forward to your one-to-one session on Sunday. And yeah, sorry about the faff. I basically everything became so busy when you was looking to book a session. They literally just filled up almost instantly. My entire day was booked out, but I managed to find a slot for you, so that was a good thing. Okay, looking forward to our session this weekend. Thanks for being open. Drunk at our happy hour yesterday, inspired a little bit by looking at her Instagram stories, thinking maybe I shouldn't follow her anymore. I think that's good advice, but look, we'll get into it on Sunday, man. We'll really dig deep into it. Yeah, so yeah, looking forward to it, and I'm sure we can find some answers. Okay, nope, wait for what? He already told you what he wants. I'm assuming you are responding to a previous post, but look, yeah, that's always good advice, guys. Look, you should always be paying attention to someone's actions. And look, if someone says, "Hey, I do not want to be with you right now," this is not code. This is not code for you to try harder. This is not code for you to interpret in a way that you want to interpret. Because when we get into a situation where we start asking, "Oh, what do they mean?" Or does it mean this? What we're really saying is, this is my preferred outcome of the situation, and I'm going to interpret it in a way that will benefit me. That's what we do, and human beings are ridiculously good at doing that in a bad way. Yeah. So, okay, guys, I think I'm going to end it there. But before I do, I'm just going to give my book one more plug. Okay. So, guys, my book is coming out very, very, very soon. Very soon. And if the YouTube videos are not enough, and the Facebook group is not enough, and maybe coaching is too expensive for you, this will hopefully bridge the gap. Okay. It's not going to be expensive. I think, we're looking at pricing it at maybe like £9.99, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I've got to negotiate with the retailers and stuff like that. But it's probably going to be somewhere between like £10 and £12, something like that, which I think is probably about $13 to $15 American, something like that. Okay, so it's gonna be cheap, and the ebook version will be even cheaper. That'll be about, I think, maybe £7 or £8. I think that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So look, breaking up with your breakup. Why is it called breaking up with your breakup? Because one thing I've observed over the years is that when we're going for a breakup, we get into a relationship with the breakup itself. It becomes all we can focus on. Okay. And we become hyper focused of it. So it's all about how we can detach from the breakup and use it to our advantage, and basically look inward. And also, a big part of the book is one, taking personal responsibility for how we feel and using that to our advantage so we can move forward, regardless if it's for a reconciliation. If reconciliation is your goal, this book will help you. If moving on is your goal, this book will help you. So it's about taking responsibility for how we feel and our actions on that. And it's also about understanding that our ex's actions towards us isn't about us. It's about them and how they feel. But what we do, again, breaking up with your breakup, we get into a relationship with a breakup where we make what they're saying and thinking all about us, So look, there's a part of the book, and I can't remember it word for word, but look, when your ex started dating you, okay, they got with you based on how they felt about the situation, about the situation of possibly having a relationship with you. So only you agreed with that and you was on board with it because that's what you wanted. Okay, so oh yeah, okay, so I agree with them. I agree with their feelings. I agree with what they're saying. When it comes to the breakup, they still made that decision based on how they felt. But only you don't agree with it this time because it doesn't align with what you want. Okay, so it isn't about how you feel. Their actions are not about how you feel. It's about how they feel. So the book's about teaching you, okay, let's respect how they feel. Let's give them the space that they need. Let's just give them the breakup. Okay, and that sucks and it hurts. But while they're doing what they're doing, I've got no control over that. I'm going to be over here working the fuck on my shit, leveling up, putting every ounce of strength and effort I've got to be better, because if they do come back, they need to see that you can listen to what they were telling you. Okay, hey, I don't want to be around you right now. Okay, cool, that hurts, but okay, right? They need to see that you've listened to their concerns, so leveling up and working on whatever's going on, and they need to see that you can grow. Okay, and for them to come back, they need to feel safe. Okay, so the book is hard hitting. Okay, it doesn't hold back. It's compassionate. It's compassionate brutality. Okay, there's like I said, there's a lot of philosophy in this. There's parts of the subtle art of not giving a fuck. I've taken references from there. The Obstacle is the Way, great book. Atomic Habits, great book. Exaholics, great book. The Power of Ted, great book. What else? There's studies in there from Ellen Fisher, who's a great scientist. There's quotes in there from John Gottman. There's a story about my client. There's multiple stories about my clients, about ex-clients in there. Obviously, I've changed names and stuff like that, and I've moved things around so it doesn't give away too many details about how they handle certain situations. There's a part on attachment, and there's a part on anxiety, and there's a part on, how chapter number 2, how Disney fucked us, how the Disney thinking is fucking up your relationships and how to get around that. Okay, so the book is packed. Okay, and I've put jokes in it. I've got my dirty sense of humor in there. I've tried to make it funny as well in places. And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. And at the end of it, I'm hoping it will give you a framework to use. So, okay, right, this sucks, but I'm going to use these guidelines to help me get through what I need to get through. So doesn't matter if you want to reconcile, it doesn't matter if you want to move on. The process is the same. Work on you. Separate yourself from the breakup. Yeah, don't get into a relationship with the breakup. I did this. Yeah, I did this. Now, my story's in there about how my breakup happened, what I did wrong, what I did to correct it, and how I became better. Okay, everything's in there. So I hope it's going to be good. It's my first time writing a book. I'm not a writer by trade. I don't know how to write a book. I've had to hire a professional team to help me edit it and create the design and everything. So if it's a piece of shit, then it's a polished piece of shit. Okay, I wrote this book for me, and I wrote the book that I needed to read, and that's what you should all be doing, guys. That's what journaling is about. Write the book that you needed to read when you're going through a bad time. Okay. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much. Okay, there's one more. I'll do these two more, and I'll be going away. Stephen, I've been in no contact for about 4 months after getting the "Don't contact me again" text. Since then, been focusing on my fitness, photography, and music. Just hitting a wall. RN. I don't know what RN means, buddy. But look, first of all, look, great effort. I mean, look, it's great that you've listened to that and you've said, okay, look, this sucks, but that's the right thing to do. You've listened to it and you're focusing on yourself. And it's only been 4 months to give yourself a break, but great effort, man. You keep doing it. The effort that you're putting in you should be proud of that. Okay, so, and if you're hitting a wall right now, yeah, you're gonna hit some walls sometimes, but if you do hit a wall, just learn to be still as well. Okay, guys, sometimes just being still and just being present, breathing, meditation is just being present and being still and so, okay, I feel shit right now. That's okay. Why do I feel shit? Oh yeah, I've just gone through a breakup and I fucking still love this person. I want them back and they're still alive. I'm grieving someone that's still alive. It's okay. And then once you've done that, once you've had a bit of alone time, okay, let's get back to work. You'll be fine. Okay, whammy. Oh, right now. Thank you. So, guys, look, you can't understand. So I'm an old man now. I'm 40 years old. I don't know the slang, but thank you, Whammy. Appreciate it. Okay, committed. Any hope? Dumped by text after 13 years on off long distance. Last 4 years was engaged. He is separated, not yet divorced. Needs to find himself. I'm giving him no contacts. Friends with benefit declined. Okay, hope. Hope. Okay, right. Let me just grab my notes. Right, I'm going to give you a lesson in hope, but I want to get this right because I wrote this down quite some time ago. Give me a second. I'm just trying to find the right note. Okay. Now, this isn't my writing word for word. It's part of me and part of someone else, but I can't remember who it is. So I'm going to butcher this a little bit, but I'm going to read this out to you. Okay. I wrote this a long time ago, right? Actually, probably about almost 3 years ago now. Hope is an approximation created by you. It does not exist. It is very much a manifestation out of the belief that we can influence people or events outside of our control. The second you understand this and change your mindset, you will be far better off. If you can say to yourself, if scenario A happens, I'm cool with it. If scenario B happens, I'm also cool with it. You will be able to move forward. Stop hoping and start working on yourself. It's a much better investment of your time. That's hope, my friend. Hope in the context of a breakup is hugely toxic. Hugely. Okay. Now, I think what might be happening here is that you're clinging on to 13 years. And I get it. That's a long time. It's a long time. But time does not equal success. If you was on and off again, long distance for 13 years, can you honestly say that was healthy? That was a good relationship? Probably not. Healthy relationships, Camilla, are not on and off for 13 years long distance. that is non-committal, that's got one foot in and one foot out the door. It's basically saying, okay, well, look, I like you enough to sleep with you, but I don't like you enough to marry you. That's what that's saying, my friend. So and he's offered you friends with benefits after a breakup. I mean, come on, community. He's telling you everything you need to know. I think you know the answer. You just don't like the answer. That's what I believe. So I know that's hard to hear, but look, I can't honestly sit here and say to you, "Oh yeah, hope." Of course, of course, there's hope. Of course, there's hope. Hope can keep you stuck for a very, very long time. Okay, and I don't want you to be stuck for a very long time, and that is why, I wrote my book. Yeah, because I don't want people to be stuck. Okay, this book will get you unstuck. So when it comes out, read my book, and it will help. Anyway, hope you feel better. Okay, Levy. All right, guys, this is very much the last one I'm gonna do. But before I do, guys, Lizzie. Her name's Julia here, but her name's Lizzie. Guys, Lizzie has been doing a remarkable job with the Love Fix book club on the private Facebook group. So if you're not in my Facebook group, go to Facebook, type in the Love Fix Breakup Recovery, and join. Make sure you answer the questions because otherwise the AI will decline you. Okay, and Lizzie will give you the details for the book club and what she's doing. She's choosing a book every month that's going to help you through your breakup. Okay, and then at the end of that, once you've all read it, she gets everybody on a Zoom call, video chat. You have a great time. You make friends. You talk about the book. You talk about your feelings. You talk about your breakup and everything like that. And I joined one last time. I joined No More Mr. Nice Guy one, and I'm gonna try and join more in the future. But it's just timing is horrible at the moment. So yeah, so come and join Liz's book club. Trust me, guys, you will get a lot out of it. If you want tools to help you get you through this, and you want to build new community and you want to build new friends, come and join the book club. She puts so much work into it. It's PowerPoint presentations and everything. All the graphics are really excellent. Come and join it. All right, guys, you'll have a great time. All right, Levy, sorry, let me get back to you. Okay, let's make sure that's the right one. Okay, right, guys, literally this is the last one now. Okay, Nick, breakup happened 5 months ago. We've been complete no contact since we exchanged belongings to the end at the end of March. She unfriended me a couple of weeks later, and I've fallen into a deep depression. Okay, what the fuck do I do? I focused on myself and worked as much as possible, but I can't get thoughts of her or what could have been out of my head. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's rough, man. And I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I totally hear you about the depression and the rumination and everything like that. Look, I get, again, this comes up a lot in the one-to-one coaching sessions where I get asked a lot, look, how can I stop thinking about them? And look, or how can I move on? Right now, I don't think, look, I think it's impossible to stop thinking about something, because if I told you, Levy, right now, look, don't think about chocolate. Whatever you do, do not think about chocolate. Don't think about chocolate. What are you going to think about? You're going to think about chocolate. Okay. So it's much better to think about that. So I said earlier in the stream, give yourself like 15, 20 minutes a day where there's nothing on, complete silence, devices in another room, sit down and hyper focus on those thoughts and hyper focus on the breakup. Okay. If it makes you quiet, just let it out. It's okay to cry, man. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. And once that's done, write it all down. Write it all down and just let it all come out. And when it all comes out, set a positive intention. Okay, what is my intention for the rest of the day? Okay, I'm going to go and have some fun, or I'm going to get productive. So don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. Okay. And yeah, journaling is really, really helpful for that. Exercise is really helpful for that. Okay. Yeah. Even therapy, man. Or like I said, I'm gonna plug it again. Look, I'm doing a special on one-to-one coaching where it's 40% off. If you want to jump on a call with me and you really want to get into it, I can try and help you with this. So you guys just talking it out and we can get into it. And look, I think ultimately when it comes to breakups, it's not so much an answer that we're searching for. It's clarity. It's clarity based on how we feel. Okay, that's what it comes down to, is clarity based on how we feel. And once we've got that clarity, once we've got that information, we've got a framework, we've got a basis that we can work on. So, okay, right, at least I know where I stand now. At least I know I've got a point of reference. And that can be, in a weird way, it can be like an anchor for you. And because you've got that point of reference, you don't really get lost then, because you can always like use that as a guide, So, look, as for the depression, man, look, exercise, trust me, yeah, the best natural antidote to depression is exercise. Now, I get it. Look, I've suffered depression in my life as well. And the last thing you want to do is get out of bed and go and do something strenuous. But I promise you, if you can get up, even just for 30 seconds, just do 10 push-ups. It can start from there. I promise you, it will come good. Yeah, and you start to feel better. Also, take care of your nutrition as well. I used to be a nutrition coach. I can even help with that. So eating healthy, meditation, journaling, cold showers, friends, new hobbies, volunteering. Okay, start building the village around you that's going to help you get through it. Okay. Adrian, that's from the movie Inception. What is, buddy? What are you referring to? When's the last time I see Inception? It was about 15 years ago. Okay, Nick, want to say thanks for your videos. Last year was brutal for me, and you helped me a lot. Keep your work helping a lot of people. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, and I'm glad it can help. I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh, Judge Joy is here. Okay, so guys, if you don't know, Joy is part of my team on the Facebook group, and we call her Judge Joy because she keeps the scammers out. She brings the hammer down, and so yeah. So does Lizzie. Lizzie's another judge. Okay, Levy. It was a complete blindside. She's very avoidant when it comes to talking about feelings, and I had stuck by her through the rough times. Then she just discarded me without any communication. Yeah, that's rough, man. So look, here's the thing, man. Look, you've got to ask yourself your question. Okay, can this woman be your wife? Okay, and that's the ultimate question. Can this woman be on the journey of what we call life? Because the last thing you want, man, is someone that can't talk about their feelings. So you got to ask yourself, okay, is this woman bringing me peace? Yeah. And if she can't talk about her feelings and she's avoidant, then she is not bringing you peace. The most important thing to a man, actually, the most important thing to any relationship, man, woman, or whatever you identify as, is peace. Okay. So always ask yourself, is this woman bringing me peace? Okay. Now, I get it that right now you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about, I just want this pain to go away. But the relief you seek is in the pain that you're trying to avoid. Okay, so it's walking into that pain and really asking yourself the tough questions. Can this woman be my wife? Well, so let me sit down and think about all the bad shit that she did. Right, she's avoidant. She can't talk about her feelings. She just discarded me without any communication. That sucks. And I don't like the way her face looked when she brushed her teeth because she looked like a stupid hobbit or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So write down a list of things that you don't like about her. Everything about her that you found unattractive. Write it down and replay it in your head and try to form this new neural connection, this new pathway in your head where she'll become less attractive, because the pathways in your head that currently exist where you find her very attractive are very, very strong. So you have to try it and replace that with a different pathway, and it takes time. Okay. All right. Okay. Vicky and Nick, I'm working out so I can fit into my dress to attend your wedding. I miss Saggy so much. My wedding, Saggy? What? First of all, look, there's no wedding planned. Well, first of all, well done for doing all the work. and getting yourself fit. And that's amazing work, Vicky. So well done on the effort there. Secondly, there's no wedding. My goal right now is to buy a second house. That's focused on, and getting my book out. That's my biggest goals at the moment. It's taking up all of my time. So yeah, no wedding right now. Okay. Okay. Greg, I'm just going to call you. Go. Thank you, Nick. Is there still hope for my long-distance relationship ex who said she wanted to talk things over, but wanted to take time a month ago, and I've been in no contact since? I just gave a big speech on hope. So I don't know if you saw that, but look, go by their actions. Okay, what she said a month ago is not relevant to what's happening right now. Is she talking to you right now? Is she trying to get back with you right now? If the answer is no, then you have your answer, my friend. Okay, so you have to forget. Look, yesterday was never here. Okay, tomorrow will never arrive. You have now and now only. So focus on now. Don't focus on the how. Focus on how. Focus on now. Don't focus on the. Don't focus on the how. Focus on the now. Okay. What she said 4 weeks ago doesn't matter. Okay. It really doesn't matter unless someone is delivering on their words with their actions. It doesn't mean anything. Their actions tell you everything, my friend. Okay. Molly for the one-to-one coaching. Okay, Molly, either DM. So look, you're on the Facebook group. So look, either send me a DM or email me at thelovefix20 at gmail.com. So yeah, guys. So look, I'm going to sign off now. So last thing, look, as I've said already, look, there's 40% off the one-to-one coaching sessions right now. So it's only going to be going live for the next week and a bit, and it's just to say thank you for everybody, and then we'll be going back to full price. So if you want a one-to-one with me, now's the time to do it. Well, if you've been on the fence about it, or money's been tight or whatever, just let me know now. And last plug, my book's coming out soon, so please consider giving it a download or buy it. I'll really appreciate it. Burn this into your memory, okay, guys. So look, guys, the reason I'm plugging so much is because I'm self-publishing, okay, because going through a publisher is really less said about it the better. So I'm just doing this on my own, so yeah, give a new author an opportunity if you could. Guys, thank you so much. Much love to you all. If you're in the UK, it's a bank holiday Monday, so enjoy the long weekend. Wherever you are in the world, enjoy your weekend. Guys, be kind to yourself, okay? It's going to be okay. Weekends can suck. They can suck. But try to fall in love with that again, because what used to cause me great pain became a source of great pleasure of actually having weekends to myself. So it's like, okay, I get to go to the gym whenever I want. I get to take myself out to lunch whenever I want to, wherever I want to go. I get to spend time with my friends whenever I choose to. Yeah, I get to sit in and watch whatever I want, or read a book, or play my drums or whatever. I haven't got to check in with anyone. So to try to turn this into an opportunity. So remember, guys, a breakup is a terminal diagnosis that can give you a new life. And that is 100% a me quote. I came up with that. Yeah. I'm proud of that quote. I came up with that. Don't let anybody else tell you it came. So I fucking came up with that. Yeah. So remember, it's a terminal diagnosis that can give you a new life if you let it be. Okay. All right, guys, be kind to yourself. It's going to be okay. I promise you, it's going to be okay. You are going to get through it. And it can lead to better things. All right. I know it sucks right now, but you're going to be okay. I promise you're going to be okay. The channel's here. My Facebook group is here. The support is there. The book will be here very soon. My one-to-one coaching is here. There's plenty of support. There's plenty of free options out there for the support. New video coming Monday. So keep an eye out for that. Should have it uploaded by Monday. You might have noticed I'm taking a different approach to YouTube now. I'm actually taking way more time to actually script it and put it together now. So I'm hoping that it's better quality and there's better information. Yeah, so hit like, hit subscribe, come and join the Facebook group. Also, guys, my Spotify podcast. If you go to Spotify and type in Breakup Recovery with the Love Fix, I'm having people on for like hour-long conversations. Some of my clients offer to record their sessions and they let me put it on. So, by the way, guys, that's not standard. I don't record every session. All sessions are confidential unless you say, hey, I want to record this. Can we put it on Spotify? Then we go ahead and do it. And I'm trying to get a few more coaches on as well. So I'm planning that in the background. There's going to be a lot more coming. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great weekend. Much love to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. It's going to be okay. All right, guys, have a great one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.